Blessings and welcome. I'm Reverend Tara, and we're here at the Spirit of the Lotus. And today is, I'm going to get our new calendar. Please. Please don't forget to get your new Spirit of the Lotus calendar. It's for this year 2018. And we had a full moon. You can see the beautiful picture that was taken at Bryce Canyon. I think the full moon was on the 1st of New Year's Day. We have it here on the 2nd. And it will be on the second full moon of the month will be on the 31st. And it's, as it was shared earlier, that when there's 2 full moons in a month, it's called a blue moon. But they are also super moons. And it is having 2 portals. This year, as we know, 2018 is a number 11 year. And so January begins this energy, brings in this energy of the number 11. And the 11, the 1 and 1 is 2, and 2 is a very calming number. And it's piercing the duality, bringing balance to our life, bringing balance to the world through peace, through harmony. And what we learn, I know number 11 is a master number, but we learn most from it that it forms a portal, a doorway into all possibilities. And it is a time to take action. And it is a time to use your creative power, use your talents. It is not a time to sit back. It is a time to complete unfinished business. It can be a very brilliant, magnificent time or year for many, many people. Last year was a struggle. There were many struggles. But this year is a year of great, great opportunity, of piercing the duality. And to bring it all together, we know this is the dawn of the Aquarian age. And this Aquarian age is a spiritual age. That means humanity is taking our spiritual ascension. When the water bearer crosses the sky, and his vessel carrying this water is us. We are the vessel. And it's important to know that the stone for this Aquarian is the amethyst. But I mean, most of us know this. But what is important to know is what this amethyst brings. Let's step back. First of all, we've been taught by Lord Buddha and even mystics and scientists that we are struggling. Humanity struggles. And through our struggles, we are like a diamond through this pressure and heat. we become diamonds. It's almost becoming a cliche. I mean, we're hearing this everywhere, that through struggle, we become enlightened. And that struggle is just part of our growth. I mean, but why is this? And what causes this? As we learned in one of our retreats, the karma and reincarnation, it is karma. It is this action. Whatever action we take creates karma. The choices we make, our words, thoughts, deeds create karma. And if the movement, if the sound we make is inharmonious, we create negative karma. This is our sin. But thank God for karma. Without karma, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have a second chance. There would be no redemption. There would be no free will choice. There would be none of our gifts and our powers expressed the way we can express it with all possibility. So karma creates all possibility for us. So this year is almost like what Edgar Cayce calls cash karma, or cashing in the chips. And back to the amethyst, it's telling us, it's teaching us, how do we balance this karma so we don't have to struggle, so we learn this. Well, the amethyst teaches us to be authentic, truthful in all our actions, in all our thoughts, in all of our words, the blue and the red. To be truthful about who we are, to be honest with ourselves, to be natural. It is a natural element. It's a natural law. The more we worry about pleasing others, or saying the right thing, or doing the right thing so we look good, the more we create this struggle, this karma that we don't want in our lives. So as Jesus Christ taught us, is not to do it again. But what happens if these occurrences or situations in our lives keep repeating itself? This is karma. These situations that we don't want in our lives, that we attract. Some people try and move away, if not to a different neighborhood, to a different state, or to a different country, different city, different environment. And then they say, oh my goodness, I still have troubles. I still have these same problems that occur over and over again, maybe in a different form. Then we have to, what do we do? not only as the lessons teach us that we need to um, change our words, change our thoughts, change our actions, not change who we are. Yes, when we're thinking negative things, catch ourselves and see the all possibility, see the truth. But the most important is that we learn from this. We're not being tested. A lot of us think, oh, we're put in this situation because we're being tested. No, we attracted it into our lives so that we can remember again who we are. So we can recall who we truly are. Be the authentic self. We are attracting these negative situations into our lives because we say we don't believe, we don't have faith, and we keep doing, thinking, saying same things over and over. That puts ourselves down, that puts someone else down, puts a thing down or a place down. So if these things that are occurring in our life, no matter how minor, that we don't care for, that we want to break free of, what is it? Learn from it. What is it telling us? What is it teaching us? And just like a job, if we want to leave it, there must be love. Love it before you leave it. Love the lessons. Love what we are being awakened to. Love that aha moment. That is also the peridot, the stone. It's always the same color, green, that light green. It doesn't try to be something else. It's found in the ancient, the lava. It struggles to be there amongst the heat, the fire, this black, barren stone but out of it grows the most lush plants, the lush foliage. In that barrenness, there's so many nutrients, the unseen. So this year teaches us not to be fooled by appearances more and more, because the amethyst is surrounded by this gray matter, this what we call ugly gray matter. Until we break open this gray stone, then we find a whole different universe, a new universe to what we think is new, been there all the time. And that is what is happening this 2018 and beyond. We are breaking open this gray matter and discovering this universe and many universes that have been happening for eons of time, that have been created since the beginning. And we are told And it is so evident that our privacy is no longer protected. Drones are everywhere now, and there'll be more and more. And they can zoom in and pick up everything that we're doing. And we get, freaked out by that thought. But God sees everything. The negative side, yes. We're taught don't go where, angels fear to tread. Don't be peeping Toms. And that story of peeping Tom and how he was blinded. Many lessons to be learned, or, about being a peeping Tom. But it's also reflecting that we are God. We see all. So there's nothing to hide. God sees everything and sees all. We don't have to be peeping Tom because we know, we see, we experience, we are all. We're all connected. So yes, there's a negative side, but there's a symbolic, positive side to all things. And so with this lack of privacy, human beings are very creative. What do we start doing? Communicating in a different way. So 2018 will be the beginning of the breakdown of the way we telecommute, the way communications, computers, so on and so forth. There'll be more blackouts, brownouts, electrical, mishaps. And so creative as we are, will become more telepathic and making it so that nothing is really secret, not even our thoughts. We'll be picking things up, and so we will, from everywhere around the world, telepathically, learning to communicate that way. So we will need to learn, as we are spiritually ascending, how to protect ourselves from all of this. Putting up shields of light. So when one thing is going on, scientists are working on another. Just like they're working on these superhumans now. Through cloning and through DNA and, fiddling with the DNA. So what will happen is we will learn to use electricity, and we will learn to use in a whole different form. And creating shields. And what does this mean? Visual. These things that you look through, and these virtual realities. AIs will be more sophisticated, and all this artificial intelligence. But virtual reality will take a will be explosive. All because of these, drones going and lack our feeling of, being watched. So we'll find other ways of escape, other ways of living. And when it's too dangerous, we'll talk more about the terrorists. Maybe the main hive was, destroyed, but it creates splinter groups. So splinter groups of terrorists, and they'll figure out different ways of warfare and working on people's fears. And so on and so forth. So it will be dangerous to travel to, Paris or Milan or Tokyo or anywhere that we dreamed of traveling. So this is where virtual reality will really, people can walk the streets of London and really feel like they are actually walking the streets of London and experiencing everything there. So what is that? Connecting with our astral body. So we'll be astral traveling through virtual reality. This is all what we got this morning. So when one door closes, is what we're saying, other doors open. So we talked about the amethyst, the peridot, that leads us to this orangey calcite. Leave it in God's hands, it tells us. To really know joy is to leave it in God's hands. And don't tell God what to do. Have faith, belief, trust. Know when one door seems to close, our freedoms are taken. It's never taken. We're the ones who create the bonds. And so we start manifesting things that suppress us. So many people are afraid of Trump, our president. They say he's unstable. Well, there's a purpose in God's plan to create this instability in our government. So we take more self-responsibility. And we forget that these new children, or so-called new, the indigo children, being born today, doesn't mean they're all good, all powerful. It means that they come courageous. They speak out. They are helping make the changes. Our president is just stirring the pot of things that were in a way that things were hidden and not going to be hidden anymore. Within us, without us, in government, without, outside of government. Yes, there'll be new tax reforms, health reforms, and we might be very surprised. And we might be surprised when he stops twittering because he realizes it's stabbing him in the back. He feels that way. And And so we'll start complaining. He's not telling us anything. He's not telling us what's on his mind. He's not telling us what is happening. He's being too secretive. It's just a reflection of what we want. But no matter who's at helm, who is our president, who is around us, who we think are leaders, they all represent us, who we are, how we think, how we conduct our lives. And that no one is all bad, no one is all good. And that there are ascended masters walking this planet now, keeping checks and balances here in Earth as well as on Earth. And we will be taught lesson after lesson about money. This is the year of money. It can be a positive year for you, or it can be a year of more lack. So it's important. This is where faith, belief, and trust. But one warning, all these investments in gold, the Bitcoin, don't be fooled by promises. Don't be fooled by appearances. Keep getting that. Do not just have a piece of paper saying you have so much gold or so much. I mean, this is happening already. It takes no psychic. Or your Bitcoin investment. Have it in hand. Physically in hand. Have your Bitcoins in hand, your gold in hand, your silver in hand, whatever you're investing in. Do not rely on promises that's written on a document. People are learning the hard way, especially now with gold. So, lots of politically, lots of turmoil, not just in this country, everywhere. And the leader in North Korea probably won't have long for this planet if he continues to take these dangerous actions and make dangerous threats. And it's not just the U.S. who will get involved. There'll be other countries too who will want him gone. But these are all unfixed. Things can change. And people who we think are not bright, not, call them stupid, may really fool us. So don't judge. I know we say, not to say don't do this, don't do that, but as we know, judge not, lest ye be judged. Whatever we judge is something from within ourselves. Yes, earth changes, volcanic eruptions, and so on and so forth. All the predictions will start happening, representing our temper, our anger, the way we erupt, our emotions. That's why in our prayer we prayed that we war no more with the elemental kingdom. that we learn to work together. It's a great kingdom, this human kingdom, elemental kingdom, angelic kingdom, and so on. That's why kingdom come, thy will be done. In the prayer, it doesn't say which kingdom. There's only one kingdom. And it is all. So, as we evolve spiritually, vibrating, as we are vibrating faster, it's just like a kid going through puberty. I mean, we get our hormones and everything gets thrown off. And we think, oh, we got to take more vitamins. We got to take this, we got to take that. Yes and no. But many of us are taking too many vitamins. You know, maybe we have it's the minerals that we need. But the body will speak to us, but there's a reason things are happening to our bodies that we don't understand. So yes, we must get our rest, we must take care, get our sleep. If we, so that the struggle is less, the karma that we create is less. So this is, all in all, great year of opportunity. The door is swung open for us. Take advantage. It may only come once in the way. It never comes the same way. With 2 supermoons in 1 month, in January, wow, life is good. Life is exciting. And to really love what we're doing, love life. Love is the key. So let's prepare for deep level meditation.